Hi, welcome back. I'm so glad that you came for a visit. Hello, friends, and hello to our new friends. I'm so glad you came by. If we haven't met before and you're new here, my name is Michelle, and this is Life Changes. This is where we share all the adventures that life brings when it changes, and most importantly, how the Lord goes with us. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so that you can come back and join us. And as always, your Bible verse for today is, May the Lord direct your hearts into the love of God and into the steadfastness of Christ. 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 5. So I was asked a question and I tried to answer it, but I thought it would be better if I could just show you so that you could get a better idea to answer the question. So this is a question that Miss Sandy from Mimi's Place, I will link where you can find her down below, asked me, what is up with all of this journaling stuff? All the journals. There's a lot of them out there. And she asked me, she's like, what's up with that? Why? Basically, why? Right? Well, Miss Sandy, this is a question that I have asked myself a lot, and I have spent a lot of time trying to figure out that answer until I came up with my own answer, and I'm going to share that with you. So, the first thing is, what is a bullet journal, a planner? Why use one? Well, mine is right here. This is a notebook. This isn't the official one. This is just a notebook. I'll show you what it looks like. It just has the dot matrix on it. Just little dots. It's not fancy. This is like a $3 notebook that I get during back to school. So the point of this is to help you organize. It's a place to write down your to-dos, your appointments, your calendars, your menus, and you kind of have it all together in one place. Now, ladies, some of you may understand this, but I've been shaking hands with a life change, and I've been getting really hot flashes, if you know what I mean. Give me a thumbs up if you've been there or you're going through it or it's coming up. But one of the things that I have noticed is that I can walk into a room and go, what did I come in here for? What am I doing? So one of the reasons that I got back into this notebook is because it worked before, and I needed to be able to direct myself and to kind of get organized. Just have everything in one place. There's a lot of them out there. This has just worked for me. I've shared this before, how I do it, and as I said, this is what works for me. It may be different for you. Yeah. So it has helped. It has actually helped. And one thing that scientists, the powers that be, have noticed is that when you write things down, it actually helps you remember them. So if I write down the things that need to be done that week or the menu, I will remember them. I'm sorry for that younger generation that, we want to just put everything on our phone. That's great if it works for you. But they have found out that actually writing it down does help. So there you go. Now the decorations, well, that's just the fun part. That's just to bring joy, to have fun. For you, it's a lot more fun for you to see a pretty page than just to see a scrap piece of paper with my to-dos listed on it. It's just fun. And let's be honest with you, a few years ago, maybe more than a few years ago, scrapbooking was a huge, huge thing. And everybody was buying the papers and the stickers and the scissors and all the things to do the scrapbooking. And it's kind of changed a little bit, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But these companies, they still have families to support. They still have bills that need to be paid. So they've kind of shifted some of that focus into journaling. So that's why there's so many stickers and people are kind of decorating. It's a new way to express and for these companies to still be able to pay their bills. So I've learned that if I decorate this, I will use it more than if I don't. There's pages in here that I don't do anything with. And then there's other pages I haven't done today. But you see where I just kind of mark them off. Do you have to do all this with the little windows? No. This is here because I messed up. Okay. Just be honest with you. A lot of the decorations that you see is because I messed up and I'm covering my mistakes. Okay. Next question Miss Sandy asked was, what is a junk journal and why? Well, this is what a junk journal is. A junk journal is a collection, usually in a book, doesn't have to be, that brings you joy. End of story. I'm stopping the arguments. I'm stopping the snotty little comments that people make. I don't care what you think. This is what it does. It's about bringing you joy. And it's a collection. So there are different kinds of journals, and I'm going to share with you some of those because they all come by different names, and people get, oh, no, that's not a junk journal. That's a creative journal, or no, that's an art book, not a junk journal, or it's a glue book, and it's not. It's a collection of things that brings you joy. That's what it is. It's a collection. It's a collage that brings you joy. So some of the things, you can call them junk journals. So let me get out. My first junk journal is this big girl right here. This is the first one that I did. She's so big that I have to have a rubber band to tie her up. I didn't decorate the front of it. I didn't know that I would ever want to do this. I watched the videos and I saw people do it and I went, why? Just why? I don't understand this. And then my daughter-in-law sent me some pictures that she was doing, and I was like, that looks like so much fun. That is so, so cool. So I got out an old notebook that nobody was using. It was going to end up being thrown in the trash. And I made this. So as you can tell, some of these are pictures from books. Some of these, that's out of an old cookbook. There's some scrap paper, just scraps. Now, this book, because again, sorry, I shook you a little bit. Again, I looked up all the videos and I watched all the videos. So this book has a lot of different ideas to it and techniques. As you can see, there's stuff that's hanging out. There's pages that flip out. There's little tags that are in here. Some of these are by color. This one's the orange page. This one's a color page. As you can see, here's some old, these are actually old Monopoly cards that from an old game that was going to get thrown away. This is just random stuff that was in here. Here's some of my granddaughter's artwork. And I have a few pages in here that are just, it's random stuff. Some of it's just junk. You can tell as you flip through this that the spine is getting really, really weak. That is why I didn't go and finish the last couple pages because it was just getting too weak. So this book actually sits like this on my desk so I can grab it. And I can flip through it if I need an idea, or I go, I don't remember how they did that. I can look back into that. And honestly, when I'm bored or I'm having a sad day, I can flip through that and it brings me a lot of joy. Again, there's memories in there. There's junk in there. There's just being creative. So that is one way of doing a junk journal. Okay? So the idea of a junk journal is taking things that would normally be thrown away for that purposes. Now, some people, you know, it may be tickets to a play or something, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with it? Well, you save them for a while, and eventually they get thrown away. Well, you can put them in there. It also can be a collage of memories, like a scrapbook. Some people actually print out pictures from their phones. You can get the little printers from your phones and you can print out pictures and put in there. I have a couple of pictures of my granddaughter Not a lot because I wanted to be able to share it, and you know how the world is, so I'm not sharing you her pictures. The next, let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. This is my next one. This is the one I'm currently working in. Here she is. I got a little bit more creative. This was from my granddaughter. Little Kitty is from my granddaughter. This is just a book, and I have altered it. This is my junk journal. You can see this is stuff from Christmas. There's Christmas. Some of it's Christmas. Some of it's random. Okay, there's a Cheez-It box. Here's the tea. There's Ruffles. Okay, so this is not anything. I have a few more pages left in here. And then I will need to start a new book. And I've got it ready. And I went through the traditional way of actually making this. Look, it's an old Cheez-It box that I have reinforced. I have made some signatures of some papers. As you can tell, some scrap envelopes. And I sewed them in, and that's going to be the next adventure when this little girl is done. So those are some types. They'll call them junk journals if there's actually junk in them, from what I can understand. Now, there's also a place to write, and this is what I wanted to show you. Some people actually get these. Now, this one is actually an art book because I was going to paint in it, but you can see where I have written in it. So I've decorated the pages a little bit. Yeah, there's a pretty page. This is one of the Dutch door techniques. This is my Bible journal. I don't do a creative journaling where I write down what happened for the day because I don't enjoy writing. I just don't enjoy that. But I do enjoy writing down different Bible studies and things like that. And because it's pretty and it's decorated, I will flip back through it. Again, if I need encouragement, I can flip through those pages and read those Bible verses. So that is another way. And usually this is called a creative journal. You can do it exactly the same way as this. You can make it a junk journal out of a box and you write down things. You can do it any way you want to. Those are two different kinds. Now, it gets more, right? You can also have what they call glue books. A glue book is what I showed you. It is just where you've glued stuff on a page. Usually it's in a notebook. It's a glue book. There you go. Then you can also have altered books. This would be considered an altered book because this is an actual book. I have one here. This is a book that this was one of my mother's textbooks from when she was in college. This would get thrown away because I didn't even use them when I was in college. But I took out some of the signatures so I can actually glue on the pages the same way I did in this one. Now, this book is going to have a special purpose, and it's going to be strictly a nature type book where I create pages that are based on nature just because it brings me joy. That's the only reason to do it, is to bring me joy. Another way of doing this, here you go. Here's the princess book. I will show you more about this later on when I get it finished, but this is the one that I'm making for my granddaughter. She wanted a princess book. So again, this is just the dots. It's a book. I put stickers on it. I put some lace, some washi tape. There's some stickers. I'm going to make some pockets. There's a little pocket. Here's a little pocket with some stickers in it. So I will make some pockets and stuff. That's another alternative book. Okay. Now, the next type of book is actually called an art book. And that's where you do different techniques. You might paint, you might draw, you might stamp, you might color, whatever you want to do. It's whatever you want to do, and you're creating what they would consider art. And you can do it in any kind of book. There. Or you can do like me and you can do it any way you want to. They might be a combination of different things. I have stamped in my books, I have glued in my books, I have put pictures in my books, I have made little notes of things that were happening. If I did a book on snowy things, because we were supposed to have snow, which the snow apocalypse didn't happen here in South Carolina, but it did get cold, and I put some snowflakes and I made a note. Okay, look, this is what was supposed to happen. You can do it any way you want to. Okay. The next thing you asked about, Miss Sandy, was ATC cards, which I did not bring. So hang on and let me go get them and I will show you what I mean. Okay, that didn't take long for you, did it? So the next thing you asked about was the ATC cards. An ATC card is an alternative card. It's a card, and usually it's this size, like a playing card. And here's the thing, because we're all creative ladies, we went, you know what? I don't have to keep it this size. I can do it any way I want to. Some people do the big cards. Some people do the size of like flashcards for children. Some people do index cards. Again, it's the same thing in the book. It's just on a smaller detail, which is what I have done here. My daughter-in-law gave me some cards from her work that were going to be thrown away. She said, maybe you could find a use for them. Yes, ma'am, I can. So here is my ATC card. My theme for mine is the week of creation. I like to do Bible things. So this is the week of creation. Here's my introduction card. Here's week 1. Day 2. Or day 1, day 2. Day 3. So, and then this weekend I will do day 4 of creation. Now, usually with the ATC cards, you do one a week. So at the end of the year, you have a whole stack, and a lot of people put them on a ring. You don't have to. You have a whole deck of cards. There's 52 decks. Anybody ever played 52 card pickup? Yeah. Well, there's 52 weeks. That's why they do one a week. You don't have to. There are a lot of ladies that give you challenges. They also do those challenges in the books. They do them in there. It's any way you want to. This is just how I will do it. And each week, I will make a card and put it in the place that it goes. Once I get the 7 days of creation, I'll just go back and make just fun cards. Because it's just what I want to do. So, why? What do you do with them? Well, you do anything you want with them. They are your works of art. You can display them. Like I said, I do keep them on display. It's funny when my daughter and my daughter-in-law, my son, my granddaughter, when they come over, we pull out, my daughter-in-law sit at this table, and sometimes Kaylee's with us, but we pull out our books. She gives me hers. I give her mine, and we just flip through the pages. Yeah, we've already seen them. It doesn't matter. We just flip through them and ooh and ah, and we love it. We look through these books. Some people keep these because they are memories, and they want to keep those for their memories. Some people, when they're finished with them, they throw them away. It's just random labels. Receipts. They don't care. They just throw them away. It doesn't matter. It's kind of like your old planners. What do you do with your old planners? Do you keep them from year to year? I don't. I only keep ones that I feel have life events that I know I will want that information for. The rest of them, I throw them away. So you can do anything you want to with these. You can keep them all. Maybe your grandkids would like to have one day. I don't know. Whatever you want to do with them. This is about bringing you joy, and that's the end of it. It's about bringing you joy. So I hope this was helpful, and it kind of cleared up some things. I know Miss Kendra, I will leave her address down there as well in the description. She likes to do these, and she shares her pages as well. I told her that I would try to share some of mine with them. I do hope that I can do some of these with you, and you can join me on some days. I'm working on it. So thank you for everyone that has been very patient with me as I'm learning how to do all these skills, the filming, the lighting, all the things I'm learning. And I thank you all for being patient with me and joining me and just bringing me joy in your friendship. So if we haven't met before, again, my name is Michelle, and I hope you'll come back. So hit subscribe if you haven't already. And I know this is a bonus video. I usually do on Thursdays and Saturdays, and this is just going to be another one out there. I hope I can do it more often. So thank you, friends, and I will see you next time. Remember, I love you. God loves you. Bye-bye.